Did you know you can draft an entire course in minutes using AI? Sounds crazy, right? Most of the time, building a course feels like it takes weeks or even months. But with the right tools, you can go from a course idea to a polished, ready to launch e-learning in just a few minutes. That is exactly what we're going to look at in this video today. We are going to create an online course together in minutes. I will show you how to use a platform called SafetyCulture to quickly build a course with AI, update it, customize the look and feel, and publish it in minutes. If you are an online course creator working with companies or you need a way to train your own staff, this is where SafetyCulture is very, very useful. It's designed for workplace learning, things like onboarding, compliance training, and training your frontline staff with their professional development, which means you can quickly create polished training without wading through the platforms that are full of sales and marketing features that you don't actually need. And if you do build for business to business clients, you can even customize themes per course so each client gets a tailored experience from you. Really fantastic. Now, it's not a Thinkific or Kajabi alternative if your goal is to sell to the public, but its course builder is fast, flexible, and a great fit if you want to prototype your ideas or run a beta test for feedback. It's also great to deliver training that your clients can roll out internally to their teams. So let's take a look at how you can use SafetyCulture to start creating training with AI. So here we are on the dashboard. Now on this dashboard here, we can see that there's quite a few things that we can create. We can also see that there's a lot of information here on the left-hand side. Now, like I said, this is really useful for workplace training. It's really useful for compliance training. It's really useful for training that you're doing, such as onboarding, or when you really need to be able to do assessments in the workplace. But what we're looking at today is we're going to look at this training section here. Okay, now in this training section is where we're going to be doing most of our work today. Now, I've already created one course here, but we're going to be creating a course from scratch. So in here, we're going to create a course on the right-hand side, and we're going to generate it with AI. Now, I'm going to describe my course here. You can see there's a couple of examples. So I'm going to use this same kind of structure. You notice that most of them, 4 of the 5 here, have a number in them. So whether we're saying how long it is, or how many lessons there are, or how many questions there are. So I'm going to go along that same theme of having a duration in there. We want something that's measurable. So I'm going to say create an 8-minute So let's go ahead and create. Now, before we do, you could select any of these examples here and just change the text a little bit, but we've just written our own following those guides. And create. Now, while this is generating, we can go ahead and close the screen. We don't have to wait here. So you can see that it's all generating for us. Okay, so now that's in a draft for us. Let's go and have a look at it. So you can see on the left-hand side here, I have my menu. And we can see that there's 3 different lessons here. Let's go in and have a look at how we can make some edits. So first off, we can change the course details. We can change our image here, and we can choose from a media library, or we can upload. Now, these are images that I've uploaded, but you can also browse pixels, which is like an Unsplash. Let's have a look at AI. Just adding random one here. So you can upload an image, or you can choose one. Whenever you select an image or you upload, it then just goes into your images file. So I would select that image that's updated, and I'm going to say improve. I'm just going to go AI prompt writing, for example, and you can add a description in there, how to improve your prompts when using AI. Straightforward, very simple in how you can change the name and some additional details there of your course. Now, one more thing here, I'm just going to move myself over. On the top here, you do have different languages that you can also use as well. So you can translate your course if you're working with different companies around the world and you have to have different languages. So let's have a look at what we can see here in our menu on our left-hand side. Now, there are 3 main lessons we have, and underneath each lesson we have slides. So let's talk about what these might look like in other platforms that you have. Let's say that these lessons are your modules, and then each of these slides are your lessons, right? So we have 3 main modules here, and underneath each module we have all of our lessons or our activities. Now you can then also add another layer here, the major layer, to break up these modules. So you might have a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3, and then you have several modules underneath each one. So if I go ahead and I'm going to add a section in, and in this section, which is going to add at the bottom for me, I'm going to call it part 1. And then I'm going to add another section, and I'll call this one assessment, for example. So you might have part 1, which might actually be your course material. So let's go ahead and rename that. Obviously, these are just examples. You might not call them these ones, but we would have course material and assessments for this one. So then we just simply drag and drop our content into these different categories here. And it's easy as that. So now we've changed the structure of our course, where we've now got sections, which are our bigger modules or our parts. And then underneath each section, we have our modules. And then in that module, we then have all of these lessons and activities. Now let's have a look at how we can add a lesson in. So I might want to add an extra lesson after the mistakes to avoid. And I'm just going to go ahead and click this plus button. And now you would see this slide library. Remember that slides are our lessons or our activities. And in here, I can choose if I'm teaching, so if I'm imparting knowledge and sharing information, or if I'm going to conduct a quiz, or if I want some type of interactivity. Now there are also some more advanced options you can do, and you can also import slides if you've created them in Google Slides, in PowerPoint, or if you have anything that's created in Articulate, for example. So let's actually go in and we're going to generate a quiz using AI. So we're going to be creating a quiz here. It's going to have good and bad examples, and the student needs to select if it's good or bad, and they get immediate feedback. So let's go ahead and generate that one. Now again, you can close a screen while your questions are being generated, but that was super quick. Okay, please describe the main character in the story. Bad prompt. So here are my examples, and I can go ahead and select all those questions and add to a lesson. And now I have my questions that are in here, and the student can go ahead and select them, and they'll receive feedback straight away. Now here on my right hand side here, I can go in and make some changes. So I can change how this text looks here. I could add an image in instead of a question. In this example, the question makes sense. I can actually remove that, and the title could be choose the correct option. And then the subtitle is the question. Or the other way around also works quite nicely as well. Please describe the main character in the story. Choose the correct option. Now we would like to have more context here. Is this prompt good or bad? Choose the correct option. Okay, and then we can go through and make some changes to how the multiple choice works. And that's how many answers can be selected. We only want one. We want to randomize them, which is why you saw every time I was typing, these were changing around so that they're not always in the same position. And then we have our answers and which one's correct. And then we can change some feedback down the bottom here. Now, every single slide has different settings here, depending on what type of slide it is. So if we were to go into this slide, for example, this slide is a content slide where we're teaching something, and it's using accordions to show the information. And then on the right hand side here, we can then update what this slide looks like. So again, we can change the title, and then here in our lists, which is our accordions, we can change what the content is. So rather than having just number 1 here, I can say, here is my title. Let's just have a look at what this would look like. So rather than having the number 1, we've actually got a title in there. Let's have a look at a different example. So I'm just clicking at random here. Unfortunately, it was exactly the same style. Let's have a look at a review and recap. So this one takes us through some slides here where we can swipe to continue. If you're on your mobile device, you could swipe, but on this one, we're just going to click these buttons to swipe. And again, on the right hand side here is where we can update all of the information. So I could go through each of these different slides and examples, and I can go through all these different settings here, but that would take quite some time. But you can see that every single different slide that I'm clicking on has a different set of settings on the right hand side. So you can easily update and customize. So if I just go through some of these examples, you can see the different styles of activities that have been created here, right? And so you can see the different styles there, the different types of activities. These will be really great to play around with, right? You can also see what it would look like on a mobile device or a tablet or your computer as well. So it's adaptable to different devices as well, which is really great. One final thing before we go and preview this course, let's go into our theme here. Now you can see that my theme is already in here and I have my default theme with my logo. Now to do that default theme, you can just go into the app settings, and this actually pushes you, just so you know where we are, this pushes you into the training section, and then in this content tab here, on the settings here, we then get to app settings. So that's just so you know how to get to it. And here you can change what your logo looks like, and you can also change any background color. Now the background color is the background of the slides, so we don't want anything too full on, otherwise it could really clash with everything. We want it to just be basic here. Now you can change your colors of text and your primary colors and your secondary colors, so I've just used my logo colors here. You can also see what that looks like here. So your primary colors are things that will be used for buttons, for accordions, anything predominant. And then your text colors are obviously your text. Okay, so if we go back into our content and into our courses and we go back into this AI prompting, back into our theme here, if we don't want to use a default, we can actually change one just for this course. So that's what I explained earlier, is that we might have branding that we want to use specifically for a course if we're using it for a specific client. So we can change our logo here for just this one course, and we can change the background for just this one course, and we can also change the color as well. So you can play around with each of those. And if you're technical, you can go into the CSS as well to add any advanced design elements that you would like. What we can do is we can share this for a preview. Now this sharing is only a public preview link. You can add people's names in here. They have to be users of your system, or you can also send a preview link. So let's go in and look at what this preview link looks like. And now we can see just the course and what it would look like. Okay, we can actually play around with it. So we're not being distracted by all the different settings. We can actually see them here straight away, and we can see our feedback straight away. Okay, excellent. Right, and we can also view what it looks like on our mobile, which you can also send a link to your mobile to have a look on your mobile, because here we're not going to have these buttons. We can actually swipe with our thumb. Perfect. So let's go back and have a look at how we can publish the course. Now this is straightforward. We go into our next step here. We can change any further details here. We can say if the course is optional, mandatory, if it's recurring. We're going to keep it with optional. Now this is really useful if you're doing it for your staff or for your client staff, if it needs to be mandatory training, for example, or if it's going to be continually offered on a schedule. And we're going to have assignment notifications. That means when people are enrolled, they are notified. And then we have a completion certificate here. We've just got a default one. There's lots of other settings here that we can also look into, but they're more of our advanced settings. And now let's go next to publish. Now, before we do click publish, we can review these details, and we can also straight away go ahead and assign users. Let's go ahead and cancel because we're not going to enroll anyone, and we'll publish now. As easy as that. So then you can copy the link, or you can also download a QR code that you can send to people, but your course is all done. So how do you then go and enroll people into that course? Well, we go into the course here, and then we just go assign. You already have to have these users in your systems. So let's go ahead and add some users in. We're going to go back here, and down the bottom here in my team, I have groups, users, sites here. So like I mentioned, you might set these up for your clients, but for our users, we can go in and we can add a new user. Now on the free platform, you can add up to 10 users. I'm going to go ahead and add myself. And I can create a password straight away. And next. Okay, I'm not going to add them to any groups. We don't have those yet. I'm just going to add the 2 new users. Don't want to notify them. Done. So I'm going to return to the user list, which will bring me back to this menu here. And in my training, I can then go in here and assign my user. Okay, and there I am there. So I'm going to go ahead and assign myself, and let's have a look at what it looks like from a student perspective. But here's my lesson here. So we can see my progress here, and we should be changing these names here so that doesn't just say multiple choice. Let me go through and answer these just so we can see some examples here. Okay, I can't jump ahead because it's all locked, but I can see that I'm progressing well through it. Okay, you can see my updates that I made, and I've selected all the items. So you can see that all of this isn't letting me continue until I've read all of the content. And now swiping through and continue. Okay, so if I go back to this platform here, this is where I've created the course. Let's go into our analytics. Now things aren't going to come across straight away because there's no course completions yet, but we can have a look at users and have a look at users that are visiting our courses and how long they've spent on the course. I haven't been there for very long. We can search a user, we can look for different user activity. That's how easily you can go from an idea to a polished course in just a few steps. We used AI to create the course, we edited and expanded on the content, we customized the design and the theme, and we published directly so that we can enroll our team or our clients. Now, SafetyCulture is not a sales platform like Thinkific or Kajabi, but for workplace learning, for prototyping, or for internal training. It's fast, flexible, and built for real-world delivery. If you're looking for more ways AI can support your online course business, check out my video here on using copy.ai to create clear instructions, assessments, and course descriptions. Because once your course is built, the right words make all the difference in how learners engage with it.